Hello, third graders. This is Mrs. Smith, and today we are doing Unit 2, Lesson number 8, which is on page 123 of your math book. So go ahead and grab that. And today, what we're doing is we are working on building our fact fluency, and we're sort of self-assessing a little bit here today. And this is a really cool tool that I like to use a lot. Basically, your factors are on the border, and then you're quizzing yourself to view to see if you know the products of each of those factor pairs. And the reason I really like this is it makes it super easy to identify which facts you're having a hard time with. I remember when I was a kid, I struggled with my 7s and 8s in particular. And if you can identify which ones you're having a hard time with, how do you think that could help you? It helps you know which ones to practice, right? So that's what we're doing today. And I know that it's possible for you to copy these facts from somewhere else, but that's not the point. I'm not grading you on how well you're doing on this piece of paper, but it's a tool to help you identify your area of need, target it, focus on it, and then improve in that area. So please be honest with yourself as we do this. Now, this is basically, if you look back on page 116, this is the blank one of these. So whenever I'm finishing or completing one of these, I had a strategy going into them. I would quickly write all my ones down and my ones across, right? 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 5 is 5, right? Down and across. Then I would do my 2's. Then I would do my 5's. Then I would do my 10's and my 9's. And then really all that you're left with as you complete this chart is your 3's and your 4's and your 6's, 7's, and 8's. And then you just have to complete those as you remember them. And then as you go through and you realize, oh, I don't know it, leave that box blank. If you have a guess, you can guess. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to ask you to set like a 5-minute timer for yourself. Fill this out as much as you can. So you're going to pause the video, have the timer going, fill this out, and then when the timer goes off, you'll stop. I'm going to correct this with you, and I'll show you basically how I would fill it out. And all the ones that you got incorrect or didn't know, you're going to circle it, and then you're going to write down which ones you need to practice. And then this would be a great thing to bring to whoever's helping you practice, like a parent or, sibling. And then they can quiz you specifically on the ones that you need to practice. And then guess what? Before you know it, you'll know those ones, okay? So pause, 5-minute timer, and then hit play when you're ready. You ready? Okay. I'm going to start completing mine now. This is how I complete it. So like I said, I do all my ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I do my ones across. So I already have 1 there. 1 times 2 is 2. 3 is 3. 4 is 4. 5 is 5. So if you're getting these right, give yourself a little star. If you're getting one wrong, you're circling it, right? 1 times 6 is 6. 1 times 7 is 8. 10. And then let's do our 2's. So 2, 4. Oopsie. So 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. And then we'll do our 2's across. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. And then let's do our 5's. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. And then we'll do our 5's across. 5, 10, 15, 20. And you'll notice it's 25 here too, because 5 times 5 is 25. 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. And then let's do our tens. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. 10 across, same thing, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 100. And hopefully you know your nines as well. 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72, and 81. Same thing. 9, 18, 27, 36, there's 45, 54, 63, and 72. Now look at all the remaining ones that you have left to practice if you have already memorized all of your 1s, 2s, 5s, 9s, and 10s. Now let's do the 3s. Let's do all the squares. So 3 times 3, 9. 4 times 4, 16. 5 times 5 is 25. 6 times 6, 36. 7 times 7, 49. And 8 times 8 is 64. Now, what's really neat is all of these ones, like kind of across this line, have a buddy. So here you have 4 times 3 and 3 times 4. What's 4 times 3 and 3 times 4? 12. And then here you have 3 times 6 and 6 times 3. What's 3 times 6 and 6 times 3? Now I'm just going to go across the rest of this 3 row because I feel like it's kind of confusing to correct it that way. So across the 3 row, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 20. Down the rest of the 3 row, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 1, and 20. Down the rest of our 4s, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 4, 8, and 32. Across the rest of our 4s, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 4, 28, 32, adding 4, right? And then let's go down our 6s. So 6 times 7 is 42, and 6 times 8 is 8. And then across our 6s, 2 and 8. And then this one was the hardest one for me every time, but now I know 7 times 8 is 56. 7 times 8 is 56. 8 times 7 is 50. All right. So whichever ones you circled, like say you circled 56 and or the 7 times 8, and say you circle maybe like your 28 or your 7 times 4, whichever ones it was. Or if you left them blank, you'll write 4 times 7 equals 28. 7 times 4 equals 8. And I would write 8 times 7 equals 6. 7 times 8 equals. Okay. Then I would give this paper to my parents and I would say, can you help me practice these ones? Because I can't remember them yet. And my parents would be like, of course, my dear. And they would help me practice them. Okay. All right. So now you know which ones you need to practice the most. Let's go ahead and turn that page. Now here, this is what I would do. My parents would quiz me just like kind of like this, except I don't know, similarly. They would scramble the factors here, and then I would complete the table from the inside. So this is sort of the puzzle. And if you're confused by it, don't worry. We're gonna do. You can do all of them with me if you'd like, or if you want to correct them with me, you can start it, anytime, and we'll, So basically, products are on the inside, the factors are on the outside. On this first one, on puzzle number A, there's a real big hint right here, because you have all these numbers that are only single digit, right? This one has to be 1. And then this one has to be also, it's all single digit numbers here, has to be 1. Then you ask yourself, okay, 1 times what is 6? 6. 1 times what is 2? 2. 1 times what is 10? 10. 1 times what is 8? 8. 1 times what is 5? 5. 1 times 1 is 1. We have that already. 1 times what is 9? 9. What is 4? 4. 1 times what is 7? 7. And then 1 times what is 3? Then, to figure out any of these, I just have to go, okay, 6 times 30, or sorry, 6 times what is 30? That's got to be 5. 6 times what is 54? 9. But really, I could just copy all of this up. But let's just stretch our brains and practice a little bit, okay? So then 6 times what is 60? That's 10. 6 times what is 42? That's 7. 6 times what is 24? 4. Times what is 18? 12. 2. 6 times what is 48? 8. And 6 times what is 36? Okay. Now, the difference between A and B is that A has all of the inside numbers. This one is missing some of the inside numbers. How do you think you can find the missing interior numbers, the missing products? What do you think? To solve an equation, you need to have, you know, like you can really only be missing one number at this level. So what we're going to do is we're going to find, if it's missing a product, we'll have to have both of the factors. So some of those we're going to have to first figure out the factor, right? And then we'll fill out the product. So let's try to do as many of the factors as we can. Okay, so let's look down this column right here. 27, 36, 9, 18, 72, 45. What is the common factor of all of those? 9, right? So then, let's go ahead and ask ourselves, 9 times what is 27? 3. 9 times what is 36? That's 4. 9 times what is 9? 1. 9 times what is 18? 2. 9 times what is blank? Well, we can't figure that one out, so we're going to save it for later. 9 times what is 72? 8. 9 times what is 45? That's 5. 9 times what is 54? That's got to be 6. 9 times what is 90? That's 10. 9 times what is 81? 9. If you're feeling up for it and you want to finish the rest of this table on your own, go ahead. Okay, now with this in mind, we can start figuring out the rest of these over here. So, 3 times what is 6? 2. 3 times what is 24? 8. 3 times what is 21? 7. 3 times what is 18? 6. 3 times what is 15? 5. 3 times what is 12? 4. 3 times what is 9? 3. 3 times what is 3? 1. And then 3 times mystery number is mystery number. Well, we can't really do that one yet. Okay. So then, you know what though? I'm looking here at this column and I'm noticing they're all like products of 10, which means that this has to be 10, which then means that this one is 3 times 10, which means it has to be 30. Okay, well, let's start working on some of these interior ones. Let's see. We got 4 times 5. This one right here, 4 times 5, 20. 1. Oh wait, that one's already in. The next one's missing. 2 times 6. That's got to be 12. Now this one we're still missing now. Let's see if we can identify a common factor. So, ooh, 1 times this number is 7, so it has to be 7. And then 14, you can multiply 2 by that to get 7, so that makes sense. Then this one, 9 times 7 is 63. And then 5 times 7 is 35. And then 7 times 10 is 70. And then over here, 2 times 8 is 16. 5 times 7, 35. 5 times 10. I'm kind of moving down these rows now, right? 6 is all filled out. 10, so that's going to be 10 times 2, 20. 10 times 5. 10, that one's all filled out now. 9 times 7. 3. 9 times 10, 90. All right, you can pause this video if you need to see these numbers a little bit more. Maybe I'll try to use like a red for the inside. It'd be easier to see. I don't have a red. Well, this one's kind of red. Hope it still works. That's kind of dry. How about an orange? Well, you know what? I have this gel pen. Maybe that'll work. Whoops. Does that show up on camera? Yeah, I'll use that one for the inside now. I'll use the purple for the outside because it's gray. Okay, now we're still working on this one. It's a little more complicated. It's got more missing on the inside, but we know how to handle it. Top row right here, these are all multiples of what? 10. So then this one up here has to be 10 times 10. This one has to be, oh, not, yeah, so this one, 10 times 2 is 20. 10 times 7 is 70. 10 times 5 is 50. 10 times 9 is 90. And 10 times 1 is 10. All right. Now I'm looking down this row right here and I'm noticing 15, 3, 9, 6, 12, 27. What number can you multiply to get these products? Well, I know 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 2 is 3 times 4 is 12. So this has to be 3. Right? So then 3 times 10 is 30. Did that show it better? Yeah, it's a little bit easier to read. Okay. Then over here, let's see. Well, you know, we could start filling out with that 3 in mind, all these sides over here. So 3 times, what is 15? That's got to be 5. 3 times 3, or 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 4 is 12. Times 9 is 27. 3 times 6 is 18. 3 times 7 is 21. And 3 times 8 is 24. All right. We're doing pretty good right now. We got all this side. We have a couple missing up there still, but let's try to figure those out and then we'll fill in the inside. Okay, so this one, 5 times what is 40? You know? It's 8. 5 times what is 30? You know? It's 6. 5 times what is 20? 4. All right, now that we have all those on the outside, let's figure out our products. So we're going to go across each row. Okay, so 10 times this missing 4. So 10 times 4 is 10 times 6 is 60. 10 times 8 is 80. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 9 is 45. Now this is just 1, so 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 8 is property of identity. Identity property. All right, 3 times 10, 30. 3 times 2, 6. 3 times 6, 18. 3 times 1, all right. 2s. 2 times 10, oopsie, 20. 2 times 7, 2 times 5, 10. And that row's done now. 4s. 4 times 10, 40. 4 times 6, 24. 4 times 1, 9s. 9 times 9, 81. 9 times 1, 1. 6 is 6 times 10, 60. 6 times 7, 42. Okay. 7 times 10, 70. 7 times 2, 18. 7 times 5, 5. 7 times 9, 3. That will be good to see. Okay, and then this one right here, 10 times 8, 80. 10 times, or sorry, 8 times 2, 16. 8 times 6, 48. Right. Now this one's pretty hard too. It's missing quite a bit, so you can keep doing it with me, or you can try it on your own. If you get stuck though, I'm right here. Okay, let's see. Let's see if we can identify at least the one column. That should be helpful, and the one row. So here I see 1. The only thing that could do that is 1. See that there? I guess I'll use that. 1 and 1. Right, 1 times 1 is 1. Now that means 1 times 8 is 8. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 3 is 3. And 1 times 5 is 5. Oh, look at all that we just got done. Then over here, we have our 1 column right here. So 1 times 6 is 6. 1 times 10, 10. 1 times 5, 5. Got our 1. 1 times 8, 8. And 1 times 3 is 3. All right, now we're looking pretty good, right? Okay, so let's try to fill out the rest of these factors. Let's see, how can we do that? Oh, I see we have our 10s right here. So 10 times what is 70? 7. 10 times what is 60? 6. All right. And then we have over here, looks like this one is our 10s. So we got to put 10 right there. 10 times 7 is 70. 10 times 4 is 40. We already got the 8 for 80. These two are still blank. And that one's still blank. Let's see. Well, here we have 63. You could do 7 times what is 63, or 5 times what is 45. That's got to be 9, right? 9 times 5 is 45. And then over here, 4 times what is 8? 2. And then over here, 4 times what is 36? 9. All right, we have all of our factors filled out. Now we're just filling in the products. Ready? Okay. So 6, I'm going to go across the rows like this. So 6 times 4 is 24. 6 times 10 is 6. 6 times 9 is 54. 7 times 7, 49. We're on the new row. 7 times 6, 42. 7 times 1, 7. New row, the 10s. 10 times 8, 80. 10 times 4, 40. 10 times 2, 20. 10 times 10, 100. Whoopsie. 10 times 10 is 100. 10 times 3, 30. And 10 times 9, 90. All right, next row. Here we go. 8 times 5, 40. 2 times 5, 10. 10 times 5, 50. And 5 times 5, 25. Ooh, this gel pen's like a little bit glittery. That's like super cute. Okay. 4 times 4, 16. 4 times 7, 8. 4 times 6, 4. 4 times 3, 12. 4 times 1, 4. And 4 times 5, 20. Okay. Now we got ones. 1 times 7, 7. 1 times 6, 6. 1 times 10, 10. 1 times 9, 9. Next row, 2s. 2 times 8, 16. 2 times 2, 4. 2 times 10, 20. 2 times 1, 2. Next row, 8s. 8 times 4, 2. 8 times 2, 8. 8 times 9, 72. Okay. And then 9, next row. 9s. 9 times 7, 3. 9 times 6, 54. 9 times 10, 90. 9 times 1, 9. And 9 times 5, 45. Okay. 4 times 3, 12. So now we're on the last row of the 3s. 3 times 2, 6. 3 times 3, 9. And 3 times 5, 15. Okay, now if this was a struggle for you, do you know what you can do to help yourself? That's right. Practice your math facts. So basically, here are the answers for this page and this page are on 129. So you can rip out the answer page and give it to grandma or, whatever, your adults or your siblings. You can say, okay, I'm doing number 13. So I'm going to tell you the answers and you just have to say yes or no. And then you go through and you say, okay, 6 times 9 is 54. And then they'll say, yep. And then you say, okay, 8 times 2 is 16. And they'll say, uh-huh. And then you'll say, 4 times 6 is 24. And then they'll say, yep. And then you'll say, 7 times 6 is, I don't know. And then they'll say, 7 times 6 is 56. And then you'll say, 7 times 6 is 50. 7 times 8 is 56. 7 times 8. 6. And you'll say it, and you'll say it, and you'll say it. And you'll build up those connections in your brain. And then when you're asked to do something like this, it'll come really fast to you, okay? If you don't have someone who can help you, write down the answers here, have this paper out, and check it yourself. If you're noticing you're missing some, you're getting them wrong, circle them, right? And then practice it with the correct answer, and that way you'll get it right, okay? So that's it for today. Join me next time for lesson number 9. All right, my friends, bye-bye.